What is the best Metallica song? That's a difficult question, man.
All of them. Ooh, man. That's a good question.
A piece sells, but who's buying?
Keep that.
Oh, I should have said that quieter, shouldn't I? Whoops!
Damn, that's a tough one. Because Metallica have so many different layers, right? But For Whom the Bell Tolls, that's a great one. But there's tons. The whole catalog in a way, you know, depending on how you look at it. But Ride the Lightning was the album that got me into them, and definitely Master of Puppets.
The greatest Metallica song, in my opinion, I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I'd probably have to say Ride the Lightning. First song I learned on the guitar.
I don't know. I feel like most Metallica fans are always going to hearken to like Battery, Blackened or something. Like I can't help it. I have such a soft spot for the Black Album because I think that a lot of us, we can't help but just bond to whatever music we first heard from the band. And so that's the first time I heard from Metallica. So I love like Sad But True and the ones that, you know, I think most would be like the non-cred songs. Those are such beautifully well-written songs in my opinion. For me, it's like them going from being amazing musicians to like amazing songwriters. And so I love Sad But True. That's such a great song. I just think it has it all, and I think all the songs on the album are so well written.
Probably Master of Puppets. Just objectively, it's everything Metallica in one song, and it's awesome. It rips, sounds great. I mean, it's everything. It's everything that they do well in one song. But I always have really liked the song Orion. I know there's no vocals on it; it's just an instrumental. But I think that's also that's my favorite instrumental Metallica song.
Has to be Inner Sandman for sure. Again, my dad, just because of nostalgia. I was the right age to listen to that when I was 9, 8 million times.
And it rips live.
It does rip live.
I like Black Album live a lot. Sandman, Sabbath True, Wherever I May Roam. Those always are like the heaviest live songs that they play, because that pace.
What do you think? Wasn't one of them in Stranger Things or something?
Disposable Heroes is the big one for me.
There you go.
There you go.
That's a good one.
I like Disposable Heroes. It's a good one.
Sad But True. That fucking riff. Dun, 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 dun. Like, dude, when that riff comes in, Lars comes in that snare. Dun, 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 dun. That's like, it's heavy. That song is tuned to standard D, which to write a riff that heavy in that, try not to sound like a geek, but in that high of tuning, because we're drop A, that's a low, like, dun, 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 but to have like a tuning that high and sound that heavy, that's a hard thing to do.
I don't know. For some reason, the song One always like, it's just like, I would like to go with like a heavier Metallica song, obviously like, you know, Seek and Destroy or something like that. But One was, I think, probably the first Metallica song that I was like hit me in like kind of a different way. So it's kind of like, maybe not their, it's a very popular song, but maybe not their most hard hitting, but One is my favorite Metallica song, I'd say.
Sad But True, I guess. I don't know, I do listen to Metallica, but I was like kind of in I was growing up listening to like a little bit different music than Metallica typically.
I like One. I think my answer's better than his.
It is. Just take my answer out, leave his.
Seek and Destroy I like. It's one of my favorites.
I don't know, I like a bunch.
Battery.
Blackened. I'd say Blackened's up there. Yeah.
I know that. Creeping Death. All the way. Creeping fucking Death. Yeah.
I love it all, but I think I have to go with One. Yeah.
No, but we like Saint Anger because Frantic's awesome, and we like Reload.
The snare is good, okay? Everyone who says the snare isn't good can just like get on with it.
I really like How I Disappear because I think it's amazing that Tom Cruise managed to sit down with Hetfield and Fred Durst, and in one day they wrote How I Disappear and Take a Look Around.
Is that what happened?
That's what happened. Tom Cruise wrote both of them.
I believe it.
Why else is he in the music video?
It must have happened.
Mission Possible. Done. 2 songs. No, so what was the question? Metallica album. Metallica album.
Metallica song.
The
Feel.
song of,
Feel.
Yeah.
Feel or Frantic.
It's a bit of a classic.
It doesn't matter, like you can choose anything from any album you want, it's just whatever you enjoy the most. There's no right answers. I'm saying that because someone's gonna comment being like, fuck you, you know.
The best Metallica song.
My opinion of the best Metallica song, I'm going to step right in there.
Okay, jump in there because he's already acting like Lars. He's a drummer who needs to talk, so he's just jumping straight in.
Of the best, no.
Ryan Ulrich from Australia.
Okay. Blackened is my opinion.
Oh, off the Justice album.
Yeah.
Getting heavy. My favourites. Hit the lights. I like Hit the Lights because it's the first fucking inception into Metallica with the drum, with the most skinniest little toms. Bang! And again, Hit the Lights to me is the fucking best Metallica song.
It's going to be controversial, but I think Saint Anger is really nice. I've always thought that. Even with that snare sound, I really like that song.
Mine is Seek and Destroy.
Enter Sandman. It had to be that guy. It's Enter Sandman.
Greatest Metallica song is fucking Master of Puppets, man. I mean, people can argue and say other things, but there's no other song. And even we did a thing on SiriusXM and we asked fans to pick their favorite Metallica song. They picked Master of Puppets. Metallica even did it on their socials, and Master of Puppets won. It's my personal favorite, and look at what fucking Stranger Things did to the song to get people into this music. It's even bigger than it was a few months ago.
To whom the bell tolls, I suppose.
Yes. I would say that
If I had to really pick, sure. But respect to them, I just don't like their music.
I'm gonna say Battery. I like Battery. Yeah.
I'll go with For Whom the Bell Tolls too.
It has to be Enter Sandman. There's so many technically better songs and more going on, but they took one riff and played it through an entire song and changed to metal. So I have to go with Enter Sandman.
Just because I don't want to say something off the Black Album because I love the Black Album, but everyone expects that of me in particular. I'd probably go with something off Puppets. I learned to play guitar to that whole album. So, I mean, I'll probably just say Master of Puppets. That was probably like a big one for me. And like, whenever you hear it, you know who it is. And it's nostalgic, so I'll go with that one.
Ooh, okay, so right now, it kind of changes as I go along through life, but right now my favorite Metallica song is Creeping Death. And the reason why is because I created a flamenco bullwhip piece to it, and I found this acoustic flamenco version of all these Metallica songs online. And so I mixed Creeping Death, the acoustic flamenco version, with the original version together, and I created a really cool Zorro-esque, you know, real, actually traditional flamenco piece to it, where I'm bullwhipping roses out of skulls, and it's just so much fun to perform to. So for me right now, that is absolutely my favorite song.
Nothing else matters. First guitar song I had like lessons as like a little kid.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Wherever I May Roam. I mean, honestly, I don't really listen to a lot of Metallica. I love the band. I grew up listening to them a lot. But I think as I got into like heavier music, they just kind of fizzled out for me. But I mean, you can't not respect Metallica.
That's always like that's step one for anything.
Yeah,
for that.
step
Everything
one.
branches from those initial, you know.
It's such a hard one. Probably Creeping Death is my favorite.
That's good.
Yeah.
Solid. That's solid.
For me, Black Album for sure. That was the album that I'm from Venezuela, and that's the album that got there. Like you know, like Metallica because of a Black Album. So probably Nothing Else Matters too. That I just learned how to play on guitar and love playing on guitar. But yeah.
Aren't you a drummer?
Yeah, I know. But I love guitar
I'm
too.
just kidding.